That's a power that I have in my hands. My vote is a power.
You feel like your vote could have a bit more of an effect.
To me, it feels very important. This the first time voting here.
It's a moral obligation. It's not just a right.
New Canadians, they come from all over the world, choose Canada as their home, become Canadian citizens. Once they do that, they can vote in federal elections. Next week, many will be voting for the very first time. For some who've come from democracies, the difference is not that great. But for others, it's a whole new political world.
Number?
Beku Faseya came from war-torn Eritrea on the northeast coast of Africa 7 years ago. Last year, he and his 18-year-old daughter, Sophia, became Canadian citizens. This day, they are celebrating the independence of Eritrea, the country they came from, and looking forward to having a voice in the country they have adopted. Next week, they will vote in Canada for the first time.
I'm empowered to vote. I never had this right before. Like I voted once or twice back home, but I was told whom to vote, and I was told for whom not to vote, which is different. While this one is it's a birthright here.
Well, I'll be very proud to vote. It will be honor for me to. I'll be very happy.
For people who came from a country weary with war, a country that in its misery finally seceded from Ethiopia, the hardest thing for them to understand is why Canada is in danger of splitting apart.
Why should the country break into pieces? What is the reason? There is no war. There is no hatred. There is no. I don't see any reason. And why is that? And somebody says this and that. I don't understand.
How will you feel when you make the X as a new Canadian?
Yeah, I'm going to make it strongly. Yeah, with a purpose, with a determination, because my voice to me it counts. And if it makes a difference, I would be very happy.
That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States. And will.
I find that there are a lot of things about the system here that I really prefer compared to the United States.
As former Americans, Judy and Barry Boyce have seen lots of presidents come and go. They thought they knew everything there was to know about democracy until they moved to Canada and watched our last federal election.
I mean, I grew up, my father was a Republican, and my mother was kind of leaned toward the Democrats, you know, and Republicans and Democrats, that's what you had. So when we came to Canada, we thought, okay, here in Canada, they have the Tories, the Liberals, and the NDP. This is the structure. So, you know, we wake up the next morning after this last election, and boom, there's no more PC. They're gone. They are not an official party. The NDP is nearly wiped out. You've got a party who's the opposition, who basically doesn't have a federal mandate or policy, and you have another regional party, the Reform. Suddenly the whole thing is turned on its head. And, you know, that was a pretty big shocker to see that. That is a big difference.
Now they're Canadian citizens. This time they can vote.
It's made me pay more attention to what the parties are saying. I mean, this system actually seems that there's much more weight to perhaps what you do, because you can, like Barry said, I mean, a party can be almost totally wiped out based on the way people vote.
How I knew Canada was through Trudeau, Pierre Trudeau, no? In the 70s, for instance. We knew the policies and we knew the programs that Pierre Trudeau was implementing at that time, and we liked it. We knew and we understood that Canada was unique and Canada was different from the United States.
Roberto Menendez came to Canada from El Salvador in 1987. His homeland was in chaos after civil war and political unrest. Although it's not his first federal election in Canada, he voted in the last one, his passion for his newly adopted democracy is as strong today as it was the first time.
It's a moral obligation. It's not just a right, right? I think it's a right to go and to vote for somebody, vote for the government, But I think it's one of the best opportunities right now that we have to rectify many of the problems that somehow our political parties have not been able to deliver to us. And I kind of like this. I kind of like the system here in Canada because it gives the people a better opportunity to participate in the whole political system, no? To make a decision. I think that we are kind of lucky. We are very lucky to live in this country. We are all Canadians.
Today is truly a milestone in your journey. You know, all of you have come from another place and you chose Canada. I think you've made an excellent choice because I happen to believe that this country is the best place in the world.
We want to instill in new citizens a true sense of belonging to Canada and of full inclusion in Canadian society.
That I will be faithful.
That I will be faithful.
And bear true allegiance.
And bear true allegiance.
To Her Majesty.
To Her Majesty.
Queen Elizabeth II.
Queen Elizabeth II.
Queen of Canada.
Queen of Canada.
Her heirs and successors.
And her heirs and successors.
And that I will faithfully observe.
And that I will faithfully observe.
The laws of Canada.
The laws of Canada.
And fulfill my duties.
And fulfill my duties.
As a Canadian citizen.
As a Canadian citizen.
J'affirme solennellement que je serai fidèle et que je porterai sincère allégeance à Sa Majesté, la Reine Élisabeth II, Reine du Canada, à ses héritiers et successeurs, et que j'observerai fidèlement les lois du Canada et remplirai loyalement mes obligations de citoyen canadien. Bravo, bienvenue dans la famille canadienne et félicitations aussi.
Oh gosh.
In Canada has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. I swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II.
Personally, I love this country. I get my job. It's not any discrimination here. and I feel free. I have a lot of good friends, new community, and yeah, I love it, especially snow. So I'm pretty excited about this country, and like I'm happy to be here.
Canada is a freedom country, yeah? That's why everybody came here.
And has it lived up to your expectations? You feel very free here?
Oh yeah, I like that. I'm very proud and very peaceful country is Canada.
We are all now